Hi, I'm Jessica and I'm going to be talking to you today about my personal educational philosophy. Philosophy is renovating and making critical an already existing activity. It is the criticism and superarching of common sense. When asked to describe my personal educational philosophy, I was left stranded for days, thinking and wondering how I could possibly have a real opinion of something which I felt I had not personally experienced. Having not stepped foot inside a primary school classroom for some time, I felt reluctant to start the assignment as I felt my views had been outdated. Then one morning whilst I was doing my makeup, it occurred to me that the same process which I go through every single day to get ready is the same process which teachers prepare their students for the outside world. So when combining something which I feel I know a bit about, being the makeup, with something which I aspire to be like a teacher, we get my educational philosophy. Mahatma Gandhi once quoted, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever," and that is why we prep our faces with primer. This is to prepare our students not just for what the day holds, but for their future. As a teacher, I want to make sure that when my students leave my classroom at the end of the year, they feel as though they are valued and prepared for the next year of learning. With the use of foundation, I will set a clean slate for my students. It is well known that students come to class with an imaginary backpack full with challenges from the world, but I aspire to use the foundation to let the students know that once they walk through my classroom door, they can be whoever they want to be. Next, we will demonstrate the power of concealer. Just as I do with my makeup, I will use this product to conceal the areas in my students' mind which could harbour stereotypes, gender, class, and race discrimination. Dr. Juan Battle, a psychology professor at CUNY, says that in America, as many black elementary school students as white aspire to go to college, but far fewer, particularly males, ever obtain a degree. Students are often treated differently because of the way their differences are perceived rather than because of these differences. Given that Australia is often represented as a multicultural society, I will aspire to make my classroom a happy environment where everybody can feel accepted, valued, and that they can achieve success. By using a translucent powder to set makeup, it can prolong the wear of all of the products. Within my teaching, I hope to use teaching methods to set concepts in my students' minds. I will take into consideration how Nell Noodings has been able to demonstrate the significance of caring and relationships, both as an educational goal and as a fundamental aspect of education. I will use a translucent powder to set these concepts into my own teaching to be able to be a good role model for my students. To contour a face is to bring out the highest points with highlighter and to deepen the shallow points with bronzer. Together, highlighter and bronzer can completely change somebody's appearance as it shows off aspects which should be seen. I aim to let my students show off skills to the best of their abilities and use their weaknesses in a way which can be turned into strengths. I would like for my students to take note of philosopher Bell Hooks, who took a weakness of her own, being when she transferred to an integrated school which was the complete opposite of her first school. She used her skills and abilities and later went on to accept a scholarship to Stanford University, where she became a teacher and author. Many women throughout the world fill in their eyebrows to give their face shape as it can change their whole appearance. I want my students to take this aspect of makeup and make it their own. Paulo Freire's philosophy advocates an education or pedagogy that enhances and expands every human being's ability to understand and transform the world which she or he is a part. I believe that who the children are exposed to throughout their childhood influence them for the rest of their lives. As a teacher, I aspire to guide my students, fill in the gaps which they may be missing in their home lives, and let them strive to make life their own. Products similar to mascara have been used since 4000 BC by the ancient Egyptians to darken eyelashes, eyes, and eyebrows. Currently, the cosmetic product has been commercialized to lengthen, thicken, darken, and define lashes. Just like the ancient Egyptians, I will be using my tools to enhance the skills, abilities, and traits of my students obtained to let them achieve their best. Finally, to conclude my educational philosophy, I will be using lip gloss to complete the whole look. Nelson Mandela once quoted, "Education is the most powerful thing you can use to change the world." And as I am aspiring to be a teacher, I am already aspiring to change the world. I believe that teachers need to take into consideration all aspects which could be influencing their students' life. As being their students' most frequent point of contact, it is only fair that teachers act nurturing, yet realistically towards situations presented at them inside the school gates. With the use of my makeup bag, I will prepare students, lay down a clean slate, conceal stereotypes, set goals, bring out their pros and cons, fill in the gaps, enhance their abilities, and complete my role as being a respectable yet influential teacher.